Hello, I'm back with my last journaling process video today. So I'm calling it my last video because I'm finishing up in this journal. The reason I'm finishing is because it's gotten so chunky and I'm moving on to something else. So today I am going to record my voiceover for this journal with me, which I actually did last week. Excuse me. So, forgive me if I forget everything that I did. Here I'm just playing with some watercolour paints. These paints are just cheapy kids paints. They're actually my son's, and I was just testing them out for the first time and they really suck. Like, bad. Like, I end up giving up on it. Sorry. I end up giving up on it because the colours are just not pigmented at all and they were just looking muddy and it just wasn't working out. But in the end it looked okay, but I know for next time, do not use those watercolour paints in my journal. So I'm just trying it with my heat tool because I'm impatient. So just sped the process up so you guys don't have to watch me dry it the entire time. And just dabbing off those last little dots of moisture so I can start to write on the page or whatever I do on the page. So this is my little bucket full of ephemera that I just chuck in there, like when I get mail or things from shops or whatever. Just lots of different things that I collect from my days, and I just chuck them in there, and then when I get the chance I sit down like this and I put them all into my journal. So I've just got here some bits and pieces from Happy Mail from a couple of different people, and I'm just fiddling around with how I want to put it in. And there's a couple of pieces there that I put to the side that I decided not to use in this book because I would use it somewhere else. So I'm kind of overwhelmed here because I haven't actually used my journal for a while, and so I have quite a bit of stuff there. So I'm just kind of trying to sort through it. So actually I take these tickets, which are fast food little tickets from getting fish and chips for dinner with my family a couple of different times over a period of time, and my little boy, who's 3, always wants to look after the tickets and brings them home and looks after them for the whole night, thinking that they're very important. So I'm just writing a little bit about that, and I just glued them to the page with a glue stick. I'm sorry about my head there popping up in the corner. I'm also sorry about the camera shaking a little bit. It's because I have it set up, my tripod thingy set up on top of my table, so when I shake my table the whole thing just shakes. So here I'm going back to the Happy Mail that I had and just putting some of the tags and the notes and things onto a page and just tucking them in. So as I said, they're from a couple of different people, but you know, there's no need to write for me who sent me what. I just kind of mashed it all together because I know personally what came from who, and yeah. Then I'm just going to do a little bit of journaling about the Happy Mail. And again, I'm so sorry about my head taking up like half the video there. But yeah. couple of other little pieces. They are like business cards and stuff, so I'm just kind of trying to work out where I want to put those. And then I have an envelope from Happy Mail as well, and I'm just going to add that into my journal as an extra page. I'm just going to use washi tape to stick it in the book, and you guys have seen me do that before. But this particular washi tape was driving me crazy because it kept splitting. See, it just breaks. I don't know why it does that, but that happens to me a bit. I do buy my washi tapes from AliExpress, which is like a really like cheap Chinese, it's kind of like eBay, Chinese eBay or something. So I do buy a lot of my tapes from there because it's so affordable. Most of them are good, but some of them tear like that, and it's so frustrating. So here I just have a little sticky note that a nurse wrote for me, and it's just something she was recommending for my skin, and I'm just writing about that a little bit. Just so that if I ever want to come back to that, what she recommended, and trial it again later, if I forget what it was, it's there. So just sticking that in the book, and then just finishing up my journaling and moving along. So this is from something that I bought online. It's just a little, like a little flyer thingy. I don't know what you call it, but just from some makeup that I bought. And then I've got a couple of other things from shops online. So this is from Sassy Scrappers, and then I've got a little cute little tag from some stationery I bought. I think I bought it either at Kmart or the Reject Shop in Australia. So just sticking that in. I just like to have little bits of like threads and stuff hanging out of my book. Like, I just like it to be a bit tactile, and that's why I keep a lot of those things. Then I have, what am I going to do next? Have a another business card from something I bought online, just stapling it in there, and moving on to another page. So my book's pretty full now, but there are still some blank pages that I may go back and write on later. But as far as putting things into it like I usually do, it's just getting a bit too full now, so that's why I'm moving on to something else. So now I have a couple of movie tickets from seeing The Conjuring 2 a couple of weeks ago, and a little note from my partner. So we went and saw the movie together, and we used to always watch scary movies together as when we first started hanging out, so it was fun to go to the movies and see that movie. If you like scary movies, it's pretty good. So I'm just journaling about that. It was the first time we've seen a movie in a long time because my son is 10 months old and I don't get to really leave him for longer than an hour at the most when we go home and visit our family, so it was really nice to go to the movies and just relax for a bit. So that's all I'm journaling about there. And I've said it before, I have terrible handwriting, but it's okay. It's like my mind works too fast for my hand, so I just like scribble it. And now I'm just adding a bit of washi tape around those tickets. Looks pretty and keeps it secure as well. Now I think I'm nearly finishing up, but this is a bit of scrap paper that someone sent me, and it's just so pretty, so I wanted to put some of it into my journal as well. And I'm just going to make it like a little belly band tuck spot, so I'm sticking it at the top and the bottom. I'm just using some washi tape, and then I'll be able to tuck things behind it. So here I have just some notes that I had written about my son's 3rd birthday, just like the invitation list. So I tucked that in there. Now I have extra copies of his invitation that I made, so I wanted to keep one in my journal. It was his birthday in April, so I don't really need these anymore, so I'm just putting the leftover one into my journal for like a reference and a memory. And again, I'm sticking in with washi tape. That's just such an easy way to add extra pages or like little tip-ins into your journal. And then I have an envelope seal as well left over, so I'm just sticking that on. And I think this is the last little thing I do in my book, so I hope you guys enjoyed this series, and I will be doing an art journal series, so if you want to see that, go check out my channel. And yeah, thanks for watching. Bye!